this lady, Kamala, call her a lady because I don't know what else to call her at this point. She thinks she's the president. Or yeah, she does think she's the president.
Too, apparently. So
She actually has been saying for the last few months that she was going to stay far away from the vaccine because of Trump. And actually, that's it. Like, I thought she was gonna come with some heat or something like that. Nah, just because of Trump. She just wouldn't trust it because of Trump, and that's the only reason why. And she's actually changed her tune. So first, actually, no, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna show y'all this tweet from Kamala. So this is what she had to say yesterday. She said, the Biden-Harris administration will get COVID-19 under control by listening to the experts, implementing nationwide testing and tracing, kiss my ass, and ensuring vaccines are safe and free for all. I really can't tell you how many lies
there
are
an
in there.
asterisk next to the free, or am I missing something? Because I have no faith whatsoever that Pfizer and Moderna are going to make their vaccines free.
They're not free. The government just bought a bunch of them. So this is what Kamala had to say just a couple months ago. Not even.
The Trump administration approves a vaccine before or after the election. Should Americans take it, and would you take it?
If the public health professionals, if Dr. Fauci, if the doctors tell us that we should take it, I'll be the first in line to take it. Absolutely. But if Donald Trump tells us that we should take it, I'm not taking it.
The fact, yeah. And this is what she had to say.
And he's grasping for whatever
Also a
he
couple
can
months ago.
get to pretend that he has been a leader on this issue when he is not.
So let's just say there's a vaccine that is approved and even distributed before the election. Would you get it?
Well, I think that's going to be an issue for all of us. I will say that I would not trust Donald Trump, and it would have to be a credible source of information that talks about the efficacy and the reliability of whatever he's talking about. I will not take his word for it.
And there you have it, folks. Kamala, in the span of just a month, has changed from I am not going to take a vaccine under that came under Donald Trump, effectively is what she's been saying.
First of all, she trusts Dr. Fauci, and like, I'm gonna just be real. I'm not trusting anybody who is referred to as Hillary Clinton's doctor admirer, because if you look up Fauci in the Podesta emails, they're literally sending Hillary articles like, "Oh, here's what your doctor admirer had to say." I'm like, no.
What the admirer?
Yeah. Yes, doctor
That's
admirer
creepy.
for Hillary Clinton.
That's creepy on so many levels. But I don't understand, Glory, because she's basically suggesting that because Trump lost, now the same vaccine that was being worked on a year ago, or well, in March really, is now going to be safe. Is she removing? Is like Moderna just changing staff and they're getting their warp speed funding revoked? Is biotech and Pfizer, are they getting their big like their $1 billion revoked? Is Fauci being replaced? Is the FDA going through a major I don't understand. I don't know if she understands how vaccines work, but like you're not about to just literally get rid of literally everybody involved in this vaccine in the next 2 months, correct? Is that a safe assumption?
Well, she trusts everyone in the Trump administration, hence why she cites, public health officials and Dr. Fauci. But Trump,
they're the ones who suggested all this stuff. Like, didn't they green light warp speed?
Yeah, but I mean, nonpartisanship doesn't sell. So she has to play the game that she trusts these, altruistic officials like Moncef Slaoui and Robert Cadlick and and Tony Fauci that are playing the game that, they have these disagreements.
Scumbag names. Those just sound like scumbags. All of them.
Yeah.
A bunch of scumbag names.
They are. That's the short way to describe those individuals is scumbags, and I wouldn't trust any of them. But Kamala does, because they can at least play the game that we don't like how Donald Trump is making this so political. There shouldn't be a political issue. I should be able to mandate masks and vaccine without getting yelled at for it.
Nah,
And
you kiss my ass on that.
yeah, and listen, Trump can talk all he wants, and he's spoken against this stuff throughout it all. But at the end of the day, he really did nothing to follow up with it. Like Operation Warp Speed still did its full thing, despite the fact that Donald Trump was in office. And if he somehow manages to steal back the election after Democrats are trying to steal it because they're both trying to steal it from each other. If he somehow manages to pull it back, then Operation Warp Speed and all the shady shit that comes with it is still going to continue regardless of how much he wants to talk.
Yeah, and that's basically what it comes down to. Like, Warp Speed is already in effect. Moderna has already got their money. Pfizer and biotech have already gotten their money. And now all of a sudden Kamala, this is why I get like, this is this type of, I know it sounds weird, but like these type of statements, this type of flip-flopping is what scares me the most, because it's basically confirmation that they really believe that the American people are that stupid. And unfortunately, most Americans seem to be falling into that category of that special kind of stupid, because you're like, hold on, that nobody puts two and two together. Like the most simple things, like, so the vaccine wasn't good before, but the same people who said that the vaccine is good now, that have been working on the vaccine for the last 7 months or so, that are going to be working on the vaccine in the next 2 months, and that are going to be administering the vaccine, and then the people who came up with the legislation for Operation Warp Speed, and all of those players are still going to be in place. The only thing changing are the non-medical people in Trump's administration and Trump himself. I mean, and then of course the other stuff outside of the pharma industry. But you get my drift. My point is, nothing in that side of the fence is changing. Dr. Fauci has been there for 5 administrations, and he actually said that the Moderna, he was supporting in celebrating the Moderna trials. So under Trump's administration, Dr. Fauci is celebrating this, and now all of a sudden Kamala doesn't believe. Now she believes in it again. Like, she didn't believe in it. Now she believes in it, and the only thing that has changed is Donald Trump. And in my opinion, if you've ever needed an example of how this COVID virus, this vaccine, and any other treatment that has been suggested has been politicized for partisan gain, this is the example. This is the fucking example.
And it goes to show like just how much they'll just go with the wave and like not think for themselves, and essentially just say whatever their CIA handlers or other corporate masters want to tell them. It's like, hey Kamala, we need you to win the progressive vote. Say you want to ban fracking. Okay, I'm gonna ban fracking. No, Kamala, you can't do that anymore. We're in the general now. We can't do that. Nah. You know what? Actually, I'm not gonna ban fracking. Actually, I love fracking. Like, it's so cool. What the hell?
Let me be clear, and I repeat, we will not ban fracking.
Say wait, Niko, you gotta say that again. Say, we will not ban fracking again, and then about 50 more times to get the point across.
And then make sure you slam the Green New Deal in the process to make sure that people know that you even though effectively the Green New Deal has nothing to do with fracking, because fracking is allowed via the Green New Deal. That's a different discussion for a different day. But we got a super chat from McCrassy. Thank you very much for the super chat. You see Cedar and Emma and Progressive Voice smear videos on Jimmy Dore. No, I have not, because I will not subject myself to that type of lunacy and boredom.
So I don't prescribe to the self-immolation that is watching a Sam Cedar video, and I prefer not to get secondhand anxiety from listening to Emma Vigilant's voice.
Bruh, the secondhand anxiety from Emma. I know why she likes Warren so much. They both got that thing where it's like, you're like, oh my God, what's wrong with you? Do you need help?
Yeah. Like they're about to cry. It makes me feel wrong.
Even when they're happy. Like when Emma's like bragging about something, it's like, bro, so if you're in a good mood, why are you about to cry? I'm confused. You're confusing me. You're sending off mixed signals. Like, get this together. And by the way, this ain't no control your emotion shit. Cause like Ben Shapiro gives me anxiety also. Like he seems like he is always on coke. Always.
Yeah, I can't listen to his voice either.
Yeah, the dude's a midget.
His voice just like the picture of masculinity is Ben Shapiro's voice, isn't it?
Right? And it's funny because I've always said that like Ben Shapiro is clearly compensating. Like cause he always is talking about masculinity. And it's like not for nothing, Ben, you're not the most masculine person in the room most of the time, let alone at all. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not knocking you for it. I don't really, but like because of the desire for conservatives to be considered alpha male, masculine, because like for some reason masculinity is considered to be strength and femininity is considered to be weakness, but like we can't have children, so like kind of makes us like in comparison kind of some punk asses. Because I would never in my life want to have a child ever. Even if I could, I would never want one. It looks like pain. I don't know why people do it, but Ben is like obviously trying to overcompensate, or else he wouldn't talk about masculinity so much. It's not that big of a deal, bro. Like, live your life.
That's why he went in so hard and did a freaking 15-minute review on WAP when Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion did
I forgot
the video.
about that. I thought it was satire at first. I really did.
Yeah, remember when he was like, these two women have a medical condition, you know? That's what my doctor.
Yeah, they got a medical condition. Yeah, I'm gonna observe, you know, because my wife's a doctor, so I gotta check this out. They do got conditions. You said it's called wet? And then he looked at his wife. You said, so you're not wet because they got a medical condition and it's actually better to be dry? Okay, all right, we're gonna go with that.
He's like, so you're not supposed to be wet. That's what it is. Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, that's been, and it's funny because I really do believe like Ben was probably a virgin until he got married. So whatever his wife tells him, he's gonna have to believe.